tailor-made to the client based on the qualification hot buttons that we have gathered. Make sense? Yes, Naylor. Hey, Alexander, how you doing, buddy? Ask before the offer. Ask before, is it okay to present the offer? Good point, Alison. Is it okay if I present the offer for you? Yes. It's another yes. Okay. And we're putting the client in frame, in position for what's going to happen next. It's so powerful. Okay. What was next? The temperature check. Do you remember this, guys? Who likes this temperature check? Who can understand the power of this one? Because so important. Most salespeople do not do this stuff. Remember this. Most salespeople do not do this stuff. You've got a percentage out there that are training, but most do not. Temperature check. What does it mean? What does it do? On the chat, guys, let's see if we've taken this all in over the past 4 days. On the chat, please. Temperature check. Excuse me a second. I'll give you a second to write that up, guys. Evaluate if the guy is ready to go or not. Absolutely. Remove objectives. Absolutely. On a scale of 1 to 10. Exactly. So you guys are getting this. Yeah. Where are they? Absolutely. Helps identify other objectives. Helps flush out anything else that's missing, right? Evaluate and analyze if the client is ready to move forward from the plan. Absolutely, Stella. Yeah. Because if they're a 4 or 5 out of 10, what do we do? Or what do we don't do? We don't advance to the next step until they're a 9 or 10 out of 10. Important that we stay here. If they're from a 4 to a 6, Mr. Customer, what's missing? Why are you not a 10 at the moment? Is there what's missing at the moment for you to be a 10? Oh, if it had this, it had that. Okay. And if we got you this and that, would you now be a 10? I'll be an 8. Not good enough. We wouldn't advance on an 8. We only advance on a 9 or a 10. Okay. And it's really worth sticking to this at this stage because it's an honesty moment. It's like, look, level with me. Do you like this or not? Is what we're saying to the client. Do you like this or not? Level with me. How much do you like this? Because most of my clients are a 9 or a 10 out of 10 by this stage, right? So staying here, typically it'll take 1 or 2 goes and you'll get to a 9 or a 10. But sometimes it might take a little bit more. Rarely, but it does happen, okay? So it's super important that we stick to that and get to a 9 or 10 out of 10, right? All bases are covered, Jamila, correctly. Correct. You can go over this, even when you're traveling to somewhere or doing the housework, in the background, having sales stuff always going in. You put the good stuff in, it comes out, getting to that unconscious competence a lot quicker. Yeah, makes sense? Wonderful. Thank you, Alison. Presenting the investment. Number 8. Okay. Now, again, we ask for permission. But Mr. Customer, I think you're a good fit, because just on the temperature check, is it okay if I present to you the investment? Very simple. Okay. And then we speak in summary about what they are going to get. We don't just say, can I present the investment? Yes. Oh, it's just $5,000. No. We remind the client about what is they're going to get for their investment. Okay. We cover their hot buttons. You said you want to be at home and spend more time with the family and kids. Bang, that's that one. And remember, you said you want to not be traveling to work and work from home. That's that one. That's what you get with this. Okay. And we summarize every part of what they're going to get in this project, in this deal. Okay. We don't just blurt out, oh, it's $5,000. No, we summarize it. Okay. And then at the end, we'll put a little question. And we use that little word here, by the way, just because it frames this as you're going to get this, and it's just this amount of money. It's not in your mind. You're reminding them, okay, it's just $5,000 for all the things you wanted to get, right? For all the freedom, location, all it's just $5,000 and believing in it. So that word just is a small word, but it positions a lot. So it's just $5,000. Okay. Does that sound fair enough? It's a great question. Okay. Because it gauges the client, because the client must admit, if you're in a good campaign, like for example, the Sir Marco campaign, that is a lot of value. International #1 bestseller, right? Group coaching for a year. So you can grow your personal brand and business, right? All this good stuff, for just 6,997, right? Does that sound fair enough? And the client will say, mostly, invariably, they'll say, yeah, sounds great, right? Does this make sense, guys? Number 8, presenting the investment. Yeah, we don't just blurt out 5,000. And by the way, if the client says to you at the beginning of the call, look, level with me, how much it is? I said, Mr. Customer, I'll get there. I just need you to see and hear what you'll get for your investment before I tell you the investment. Otherwise, you won't know it's worthwhile. Is that fair enough? And the client will invariably, if they're reasonable people, they'll say, fine, I'll be patient. Because remember the balance, guys, $6,000 for what? Right? Well, only after the conversation, the qualification, what it means is that this is the value to the client is worth a lot more than the money, and the sale is made. Okay, and that's our job. So to give the investment at the beginning of a call, we don't do it. It's not fair for the client, our service, and our company to share that information because they don't know what they're getting. So we be honest all the time. Can you tell me the price? Well, if I tell you the price, you're not going to see the value in it because we haven't spoken about it yet. Does this make sense, guys? Yeah? Does this make sense? This is why we don't tell the investment, because they don't know what they're getting at, you know? And if we were to just feature bomb them with, oh, this, in 2 minutes, you're going to get this. No one wants to buy for a feature bomb. What does this mean to me, right? So we avoid talking about the investment until this stage, until there are 9 or 10 out of 10. We've skillfully got there. And if, and this rarely happens, the client is unqualified, and we're like, okay, look, this is not a good fit. Okay, I don't think it's a good fit. We disqualify the client. Okay, we only take people to the investment stages when we have ticked all the boxes. Does this make sense, guys? Is that fair enough? I mean, if you're going to give someone a price tag, 6K, well, for what? We don't know what it is yet. Oh, you get A, B, C, D. It means nothing to me, right? It means nothing. What's it mean to me? How's that going to solve my problems? That's what we do. We, in the qualification stages, we bring up their pain and we solve those problems. Yeah, it makes sense, guys. Is this making sense to everyone? Is this resonating with everyone? Isn't this a nicer way of working as opposed to telling people this is what you should do? Tell. This is a nicer, elegant way asking questions and being delicate and doing things in a process. When it comes to the investment, asking permission, we summarize their hot buttons, all for just 5,997. Does that sound fair enough? Right? Excellent. What, Denise, very smooth and friendly, especially with trauma. Yeah. I mean, we are. This campaign it attracts people that have had trauma, which is great because we're helping people coming out of those traumas and getting to a place of it's a fantastic campaign, guys. You're going to love it. The people that you meet are outstanding. They're people that have been through trauma. They're grateful for living, right? And they want more. And by you helping them get to that international best-selling status, you're taking them from one place to a place that they never expected they could get to, but would love to. This campaign is great. Denise, you're right. There's a lot of trauma clients on this. a lot of emotion will come out. But the thing is, we are helping these guys, right? And you should see that if you'd seen the calls I've seen, it's amazing the amount of really cool people that come through this. You guys, some of you are co-authors here as well. Co-authors are really, they've been through some stuff. And with us helping them get to the next level, it's very, very rewarding. And you'll see when you start bringing in your clients, watching them change, watching them evolve, watching them grow, right? Because they're tough. They've been through that trauma. And now it's time to rise, and you will be the catalyst to help those people get there. So you guys can resonate, right? And by the way, because you are co-authors, who's going to be able to say no to you, essentially, right? Because you're committed. You've seen on the inside how this operation works. You've seen the people motivated on the chats, doing stuff, lives, collaborations, doing something in a community together, right? And what I'm saying here, guys, is you will be the catalyst for that, and it's super duper rewarding. Okay, right.
So based off of that, we do have to discuss the financial side of things as well. Would that be okay to discuss it with you now, Emily?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Right.